Pack your bags and grab your hiking boots because Woody Woodpecker is heading to camp. Amid the laughter, hidden secrets are waiting to be uncovered. With no further ado, here are the secrets you missed in Woody Woodpecker Goes to Camp. Woody Woodpecker Goes to Camp is a movie made by very brave creators. Following the release of the 2017 film that was considered a failure, the creators have tried it again, and well, so far it seems like they failed because there are a lot of fans unsatisfied with the movie. Not me, though. I think the latest addition to the Woody Woodpecker cartoon franchise series is great. However, I also feel the need to mention that I didn't have high expectations. For me, it was just a film to be enjoyed after a long day of work. The newest Woody Woodpecker adventure is a mix of live action and animation styles. The simple story focuses on the titular character as he is forced to leave his forest home in order to learn how to be part of a team. He then ends up at a children's camp and soon becomes friends with different kids, trying to solve most of their problems. It's super clear that Woody Woodpecker Goes to Camp's target audience is children, which is the main reason why most people are leaving negative reviews. My point is, you shouldn't have high expectations if you're not a child, and if you've been a Woody Woodpecker fan your entire life. The movie does a good job of giving a modern update to Woody while making us older viewers nostalgic. The film also pays tribute to Woody's origin. This poster of Buzz Buzzard was featured in the movie. The poster was included to reference various things, including the animation style from the Woody Woodpecker show in the late 90s and the original design of Buzz Buzzard. Fans who grew up watching Woody and his friends surely remember how different the animation style was back then. And here's a fun fact. Did you know that Mark Hamill, the actor who voiced Buzz Buzzard in Woody Woodpecker's show in the late 90s, also voiced Joker and Batman? Nevertheless, the yellow-beaked, red-headed woodpecker made his debut about 7 decades ago in the Andy PANDA cartoon Knock Knock.
The Wilderness Games. It's a lame tradition where every summer we get our butts kicked by the other camp.
This might hurt a little.
The animated short is only 7 minutes long, and in it we see Woody Woodpecker making Andy's father furious by pecking holes in his roof and pinching his nose. The famous laugh makes a debut in this animated short too. Because of this laugh, people all over the world, especially children, started watching Woody Woodpecker. The character appeared in 198 shorts, and the cartoons were so successful that people always wanted more. I mean, here we are, 70 years later, talking about a Woody Woodpecker sequel. In the beginning, the character was voiced by Mel Blanc. Blanc was later replaced by Ben Hardaway, who also animated the character. In most of the short cartoons, Grace Stafford brought the character to life. Eric Bauza voiced Woody in the 2017 film, reprising the role in the 2024 sequel. So what exactly is Woody Woodpecker Goes to Camp about? Well, for starters, the film is said to be a sequel of the 2017 film, but the two movies can be hardly connected as the sequel doesn't really relate to its predecessor.
We're gonna train like nobody's watching. Because we'd be embarrassed if someone was watching.
Woody Woodpecker Goes to Camp starts with Woody being delivered a pizza, living on a tree in the woods. He's obviously enjoying his peaceful life, but this is where the story gets an interesting turn. The character is startled by a loud noise. Something is happening near his home, and when he checks to see what's happening, he sees a group of humans. Unlike most of the previous Woody cartoons, this one features a social media celebrity named Kyler. Woody realizes Kyler has come to the forest to film some content. Naturally, he's not happy to see a whole group of people disturbing his peaceful lifestyle, so he takes matters into his own hands by ripping apart the influencer's camp. A lot of fans are not happy with the opening sequence of the movie, saying it is a bit too lazy, and again, they expected more. Woody almost manages to keep his home as most of the people leave the forest except for the park ranger, Walters. Walters is not happy with the bird's actions. Before we fly off to our next adventure, why not share your favorite campfire moments from Woody Woodpecker in the comments below? Keep watching as we unravel even more mysteries in the world of animation.
Last thing I need is a loudmouth woodpecker spoiling my plan. Whoa.
Woody's adventures start when Walters tells him that every other animal in the forest has complaints about him. Most of the residents in the forest work together before taking any action, unlike Woody, who never consults with anyone and always acts alone. So almost every other animal in the forest votes for Woody to leave until he learns how to work with the team. This storyline here reminded me of a person getting lectured by their boss about how important working as a team is. Anyway, disappointed and angry he is forced to leave his home, Woody leaves. He accidentally ends up in front of a children's camp named Camp Woohoo. The camp is all about teamwork, so Woody's excited to spend some time there in order to learn about the skills of the place. I seriously think the film is great for kids, especially because of the great message it sends. By watching this film, kids and even some adults can learn about how important it is to listen to others and confer. And when it comes to differences, well, Woody Woodpecker Goes to Camp is quite different from the cartoon series. Walter Lance is a person who we should be sending thank you cards to for creating Woody Woodpecker. The Woody Woodpecker song, which became a theme in the series in 1948, was nominated for an Academy Award. The song begins again with its popular phrase, in an interview with the New York Times, an interview made way back in 1944, Lance said, "That's the Woody Woodpecker song," revealing that it took about 30 cartoonists, 30,000 drawings, and a group of 65 people to create one cartoon.
Let the games begin!
They worked on a single cartoon that lasted about 7 minutes for 4 weeks. That is also wild. It's safe to say the creators of Woody Goes to Camp had it easier. They also used a lot of CGI. There are a number of CGI characters in the sequel. The titular character itself is a product of CGI. I really don't want to be that person, but the CGI work in the sequel was awful, especially in those scenes when the human characters were interacting with the fictional ones. There were some scenes there where kids would talk to Woody, but they were not looking at him. Instead, they looked at a wall. Regardless, there were a lot of Easter eggs and references. Did you guys know that Chilly Willy appears in the new Woody Woodpecker movie in the form of wooden furniture? Yeah, I was shocked too. The Easter eggs included in the film made it quite enjoyable and nostalgic. As mentioned before, the creators worked a lot on the nostalgia factor, considering that's what makes a successful and popular film nowadays. Take Super Mario Bros. For instance. The movie became a worldwide sensation thanks to the nostalgic Easter eggs and references included in it. What Woody Goes to Camp does is include as many references to the 90s cartoon as possible. The scene here sees Woody doing the same pose he did in the 2017 film. A lot of fans also noticed that Woody's eyes were a bit bigger than his eyes in the 2017 film. And of course, there's a sequence that's a clear reference to the 90s Woody cartoon. There is no doubt that Woody is different. In Woody Woodpecker's first appearance in the previously mentioned Andy Panda cartoon Knock Knock, Woody looks quite different from today. Designed by Alex Levy, Woody's original design is a bit scary, to say the least.
All you've done since you got here is cause chaos.
He has thick, featherless legs. There's the terrifyingly long needle bill, hanging chin, different feathers, and flashy color palette. In the new films, Woody's design was changed in order for the character to appear cuter and more appealing. His beak, his body, his eyes, his eyebrows, everything about him is different now. Thanks for joining us in this wild adventure through the campgrounds with Woody Woodpecker. Remember to stay tuned for more hidden secrets and surprises. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with all things Woody. See ya.